Hi everyone, I'm Wendell Seaborn. I'd like to welcome you to INST 523, Rethinking Doctoral Education Dissertation Process. It's the fourth in our series of courses, seminars to be offered in that vein. And glad to see that there's about 24 of us that are going to take this journey together over the next 24 weeks. Now, my video may be a few minutes longer than many of yours will be, but I'm going to take the opportunity to use this one video to both introduce myself to you personally and then to talk a little bit about the course so that we have some common background going into this. As I said, I'm Wendell Seaborn. I'm a full-time lead faculty at Franklin University. I've been full-time in education for about 10 years now, and I served 8 years as an adjunct before that, primarily in an MBA program, a small school in Anderson, Indiana called Anderson University. It's where I also happen to do my MBA. Prior to that, and even during that time I was an adjunct, I worked for an electric utility, a small utility that served 2/3 of the state of Indiana, called PSI Energy, Public Service Indiana originally, then PSI Energy. Then they merged with Cincinnati Gas and Electric and formed a company called Synergy, which if any of you ever watched the Cincinnati Reds play baseball, you saw Synergy Field. That was the company. And then Synergy merged with Duke Energy, and that was finally the year that I left the utility industry. I was turning the minimum age to retire. They were looking for 2,000 employees to leave the utility, and I'd been wanting to go into education and to finish my doctoral degree a few years earlier, and so I took opportunity to do that. So like I said, I've been about 10 years into this. I've been at Franklin for 4.5 of those years. I've enjoyed the work that I've done here. I've been a lead faculty. We've been responsible for courses, managing courses, looking at the content, working with our design faculty to make sure that we're doing those the best way that we can, and then of course looking and finding those people to teach the courses as well. Special projects have come up along the way, and one of those was I was asked to work with the task force that was putting together the doctoral education at Franklin University, and our initial impetus was to work on the DBA. And we started with that program, and then we started working on the DHA and the DPS as well. And now we've finally come to fruition that our site visit is in a week, next Monday in fact, when we'll find out, we'll have our visit, and then we'll find out shortly after that. We're hoping by mid-March, late March to mid-May, whether we have the approval of the accrediting bodies to start offering this degree level. So we're very excited about that opportunity. But all of this effort is part of that impetus that we want to show that we're ready to do doctoral education. And I really believe that we are. And I think the things that we're doing have shown that we're ready in those areas that we think we maybe not have been ready because we've not done it in the past. We're making efforts to show that we are ready in those areas as well. Anyway, enough about me, I guess. Let me take a little bit of time to talk about the course. It is a seminar type course. Please don't think of this as it's a checklist of things to get done. Okay, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. So hopefully by week 6 out of 15, I've done all the assignments. I posted everything on the bulletin boards, and I'm done. I can kind of take it easy now and relax for the rest of the seminar. That's not how this is going to work at all. In fact, some of the buttons won't even be engaged for you to go ahead and work ahead, because we really want to drive that engagement. And we really need to be engaged. This is our opportunity to share with one another, share our experiences, share our knowledge, and we can learn from one another, and we can teach one another. I know I've served on a few dissertation committees, a handful of dissertation committees. I've taught a couple of courses. And I know some of you have much more experience in doctoral education than I have, and I'm looking forward to learning from you. At the end of this 15-week seminar, I'm hoping to be able to say I know much more about education in the doctoral level than I do today, because I'm hoping that our program is among the very best programs available to our students, and each of us need to be the very best that we can be in order to be able to make that statement. There are a few assignments along the way where we have to do some beyond just the week-long reading and reflection and research, and then we have the interaction for the 2-week period. There are some things that require us to go outside of that and do it. One of those is the NIH course on protecting human research participants. And I just caution you about that in my video, because that is an assignment that you look at and you think, oh, it's the end of, we have to do that by the end of Unit 3. That's 9 weeks out. I've got plenty of time. Just don't let that creep up on you and keep putting it off to the point where we get to that point and you haven't done it. It's just a few hours of your time. Easy enough to do, but make sure that you're looking ahead and seeing what those schedules are. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to everyone going through this seminar. I would caution you, please read the course overview and read the course materials, look at what's there. Many articles that we need, the syllabi that we're going to be reviewing, for example, all those things are embedded in the course and we have access to those. There are a few things that are outside resources, however. There's some copies of a book available at our own library. Perhaps if you're at another institution, you have access to those things as well. So just so that everyone's aware of what they need to have to successfully complete the seminar, please look through all the materials, look through the assignments. In my email yesterday, I said, go in, look around, see what's there. Please feel free to do that. If you have questions about anything, send me a note. If I don't know the immediate answer, then I'll make sure that I get an answer and we'll get that back to you. And if it's a really good question that's of very general nature, then we'll make sure that everyone gets that information as well, some clarification, some explanation. With that, I guess I'm just glad to welcome everyone to the course. And if I haven't given you enough detail about myself and you want to know a little bit more about me, just post a question and I'll be glad to respond to that. I guess one thing that I'd like for us to think about is, as we think about this dissertation process, I think we're trying to think of that advisor-advisee relationship a little bit different. We're not trying to erect hurdles. We're actually trying to have a good working relationship based on mutual respect and understanding, and that we are trying to help our students get through things that we have done before. Not that we're trying to make it difficult for them to do so, but we're actually trying to find a way for them to complete their degree and move on into their life with their career aspirations and the things that they want to accomplish. I know the day I defended my dissertation, my chair told me, he said, just one thing to remember, you're the smartest person in the room on this topic. And that really meant a lot to me because I respected him and his work in the field that we had done our research in, that I'd done my work in, that I'd written my dissertation on. And that's really kind of where we want to be with our students, is that mutual respect and understanding that they've done a lot of work and they deserve to be respected for the work that they've done. I guess with that, I'll leave it. Maybe pose this last question for your thought is, what were the good parts of your dissertation process and how can we build on those at Franklin University? Thanks. I look forward to seeing you on the discussion boards and in the meet sessions. Like I say, there's a week each unit. There is a week of research, reading, research, and reflection. In preparation, we have the 2 weeks of interaction, and then we move on to the next unit and follow that same pattern. So during those periods of high interaction, I look forward to seeing everyone heavily engaged, and I really look forward to learning from each of you. Thanks.